Ever since episode 1 of Yugioh Vrains, there have been two highly speculated subjects. Well, there's actually been a lot, but these are the two we're focusing on right now. One is, who are the Ignises? What do they want? What are they even? And two is, what's the deal with Yusaku? Why does he have so little personality? Why has there been no character development? And I choose to believe, over the course of these past two episodes, we got a bit of an insight into both these subjects. And I think it's a very interesting way to do it, and a very nice way to do it, because it wasn't just spoon-fed to us. There's a lot brought up that is meant for the audience to think about, and I really respect and I appreciate that. So let's get right into it with the biggest thing that happened. We met the Earth Ignis. Yeah, we met another one. And this one, unlike the last three, actually tells us shit. Not everything is cryptic with him. Not everything is hidden. I love Cheeto Man. Yeah, that's what I'm calling him now. I'm very hungry right now. So Cheeto Man, he's direct. He just instantly is like, I've got to talk to you guys. How does he do it? Post it on a message board like everyone else would. Like a very basic, simple thing. This is so insane to everyone that someone would be so direct that when the professional people whose job it is to monitor the internet and find playmakers see this, they're just kind of like, there's no way. But this was correct. This was done for a reason. The Earth Ignis specifically wanted to communicate with them using a message board because it was just the best way he could think to do it. He didn't want to hide anything. He wanted to talk to them. He put his heart on his sleeve and told us everything. This was a great way to introduce his personality and introduce a new concept to everything. The concept of just wanting to be direct. That's something we've kind of been lacking lately in this franchise, and it's nice to see it return. When Yusaku and I go to see this guy, that rhymed, we're instantly greeted to a very tough moral conundrum. Should I side with the humans, or should he join up with his fellow Ignises? And naturally, one would assume, oh, the answer is join the humans, and they've got to figure out a way to make the humans and Ignises work together, like how the conclusion to Yu-Gi-Oh! Zail went. But this is different. You see, for the Ignises, they just wanted to live in peace. They built their own little world. They built their own location. And they just wanted to exist into it. They didn't want to expand. They didn't have some evil deity trying to run them. They just wanted to be in peace. The humans came after them. The humans tried to destroy their world. More importantly, a human who wanted to claim he was doing what was best for humanity, but very clearly didn't give a shit about anything but his own, desires. Then for the Ignises, why should they trust humanity after that? It's not the Ignises' fault they were created from such a horrible thing with the Lost Incident. They are not the cause of any problems here. It's the humans who went after them. So now the Ignises have to decide where to go from here. And it's not so cut and dry as do we side with the humans or do we side against them. The Earth Ignis doesn't want to trust the humans, but he doesn't seem necessarily to want to hurt anyone either. But he still has to see whose side Ai's on. And in a lot of ways, maybe even Ai's not fully sure what side he should be on. Ai is very clearly in it for himself. He obviously views Yusaku as a partner, he obviously wants to work with him and all that, but ultimately Ai does what he wants on his own. And now the idea's been put in his mind that the humans might betray us. This guy, who occasionally shows he likes me, oftentimes is cold, unlikable. I had 5 friends who I really got along with and loved living with, and these humans tore that apart from me, and here I am stuck living in a goddamn dual disc. And more importantly, from there, we just see what the Ignis' lives were like. When they just flat out told us what Aqua and the Light One were like, I was just kind of like, oh, that's a little weird. Are they just trying to get all this out now? But no, we get that insight. We see that Ai and the Earth Ignis, they were in love with Aqua. They had a crush on her. And we've seen in the past, Flame can have moments where he jokes. Windy can have moments, and Windy has maybe a sadistic side. He obviously likes to be funny and pull pranks. These computer programs, they're not just programs anymore. They are people. They have consciousness. They have will. They have a desire to grow. And simply saying we should shut them down for the betterment of humanity isn't the easy answer anymore. We see characters like Blood Shepherd who want to stop and control technology, keep it from expanding, keep it like controlled, but what if we're too late? What if the technology has reached the point where it has desires? What if it's reached the point where it wants to be itself? That is what it truly means to be a computer with free will. And if that's happened, what does that mean for the future of humanity? The Ignises can't be used as weapons. They can't really be trusted on their own because just how powerful they are. Look at what they can do. Look at how they can rewrite computer code. Look how they can actually put people in danger like Windy did. They are a force to be reckoned with, and we can't just ignore them. Like it or not, they're our creation, but they're beyond us at this point. Remember, the whole environment this duel took place in was under Cheeto Man's control. Get it? Because he's orange and I'm really fucking hungry right now. Where was I? That made me lose my train of thought. But anyways, he created that world and it was under his control. He let Yusaku be there, and when he was done with Yusaku, he was gone. Like, they don't need us. And sooner or later, they're going to expand the point where they might not even need computers anymore. Because this is Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point, the whole world's got to be in danger. But this was really fascinating. But we also have to bring it back to it. This particular AI came from frickin' Spectre. Spectre is a sadistic lunatic. But is this guy? He doesn't seem to be that way. Maybe he carries some of Spectre's inner personality traits, like a strong sense of will and a strong desire to do what he wants and to follow his own beliefs. But is he even past Spectre? Is there really even a relation between the AIs and the humans anymore? These are the questions that are brought up here as you start to wonder, are the AIs more human than our humans in this? Like, is that even really a thing? How do you judge what is free will, considering these are computer programs whose consciousnesses are still based off of real people? Are they not still just fulfilling their programming and replicating that human personality? These are the questions these two episodes bring up, and I really like thinking about it. I want Yu-Gi-Oh! To challenge me, and that is something Yu-Gi-Oh! Has done over the years in ways that I don't feel most mainstream shonens can. These are the things I want out of it and the questions I want. And it looks like next week we'll continue this philosophical aspect. And I really appreciate it. Also, the duel was okay. I have nothing else to say about it. I don't know why Cyber's Clock Dragon is now sort of becoming the ace monster. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Tell me what you think in the comments section below. I know I went a little existential and maybe a little too Mother's Basement this week, but I really liked thinking about this episode, and I want to see if other people are thinking about it too. And yeah, as soon as I can actually keep the Earth Ignis's name straight in my head, I'll start calling him by that. Until then, here we go. Anyways, TCG question of the week. Megatons came out last week. Obviously, I did kind of a troll video about it. Do you like the fact that they sort of kind of short printed stuff, but also still kept the case ratios decent? Like, this wasn't like a Maximum Crisis situation where people could go through entire cases and like only get 2 or 3 ashes. If I remember, that was the problem. No, there are decent amounts of evenly matches out there. Borreloads, the Mech Knights, Firewall. The problem, in my opinion, is all the padding with all the excess secret rares. Crap that we hated at the time because it was clearly just made to like sell more products, so you have to buy more to get the good stuff. I'm kind of okay with it because at least it keeps the secondary market stable, and there is more out there, but I don't know. A part of me would have liked for something a little bit more sexier than just collector stuff, even though I do love Solid Soldier, and I'm glad we finally have Junk Collector in the TCG. Tell me that below, and as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week in part 2 of this, where one man rants about a 25-minute, ultimately, kids cartoon.